for the look at me coasting.
Yeah.
I live in the moment, swim in the oceans of life and I'm floating. Feel like a ghost, nigga got heat so I'm roasting. Bring your beef if you wanna, I'm just chasing cash and marijuana. Want a bad bitch from Carolina. New York is cool, but them southern chicks finer, that's word of designer. I want me a
Hello. I am YG Reno, and welcome back to the Live Free Universe. Hey man, time to switch things up as I start to make more videos, just switch up the scenery. That was a little boring always seeing that wall, but even though there was that good tidings of joy and comfort. So either way, welcome back. Today I want to talk about my first time talking about something very controversial on YouTube anyway. Today we're talking about why millennials ruin their own revolution. I was born in 87, so I'm a millennial as well, so this counts towards me. This is inspired by a few books that I've been reading over the last several months. We have The Interview with the Devil, which we're going to talk about. We have Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We have Mastery by Robert Greene. And also just generalizations that I've seen about while living this life, right? I think millennials ruin their revolution by becoming addicted to the potentials of the future in the present. Meaning, boomers and Gen Xers, they all knew that you had to put in some type of work in order to receive something. But the millennials is the first generation to go from prepubescence to adulthood with the streamlined get your things fast. McDonald's, Burger King, microwaves, your movies becoming more and more manufactured and watered down, your cars being manufactured with more cheaper parts in order to sell more, loans increasing, inflation increasing. It's very interesting because when you look at it, even the millennials that got college degrees feel a huge degree of separation from themselves. I don't like to call it depression because I feel like when you name something negative in your mind and you give it a negative connotation and you attach negative emotions to it, you allow the karma of the universe to give you more negative. But I feel like when you take something that's wrong and you really try to pinpoint where the issues are, it doesn't come off as a negative in your brain anymore. It comes off as a positive. So I like to say different words than to say oh, they're depressed, because really what I think it is they lack purpose. And when I say lack purpose, I don't mean oh yeah, you should have, you graduated, but you just don't want to do it. It's no, it's I believe that everybody has a calling, right? Everybody has a calling. It might not be the job that you do. It might not be to be the rich. It might not be to get rich, but we do all have a calling. And I think millennials really ruined their own chance because of the short attention span era. The short attention span era, man, it created this, I need all my information in 5 minutes or less. And like I said before, the Gen Xers and the boomers, they knew that you had to spend 30 minutes of preparation for a 5-minute job, because that's just how the universe works. You don't just eat a fucking apple. You let the apple grow for 6 couple months, whatever, and then it ripens up and then you eat it. But first the tree has to grow. And I think the biggest things with us millennials is we don't know how to let trees grow no more. We believe we throw it right into a microwave, pop a few seconds, and now we got a full-grown bushes of oranges, you know what I'm saying? But getting into it, I like to say hypnotic rhythm. If you guys have read Interview with the Devil, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. He speaks to hypnotic rhythm. Hypnotic rhythm is like prolonged habits that become lifestyles. And when as millennials, we go to school, we get out, we watch all these TVs that teach us about wanting to be independent, wanting to have our own stuff. And then we have all these different finance options that make us feel like I can be successful now and pay for it with my future. And really what we're doing is leveraging all of our money for the present for everything that we'll gain. Well, what we're doing is really wasting our money in the future for the present, really. But it sucks because right now I see that, like, during the middle of the pandemic, people are still upgrading their lifestyles. People are still trying to look for those creature comforts to keep their brains active so they don't feel like as if they're living a mundane life. But the mundane is where mastery and greatness comes. So I think the biggest problem is we have all gotten stuck in these habits of repetitious, like, luxurious options, or seemingly luxurious, because a lot of times what you pay for isn't the quality that you're getting. Like, me personally, I love BMWs. BMWs, I think, are the best cars in the world. But would I ever own one? Owned? No. Pre-owned? Never. Ever. New? Maybe if I owned a business that I could write it off, but I would never personally want to own a BMW. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we want our BMWs. We want our BMWs, and we don't want to drive the Hondas and the Toyotas. We don't want to drive the more reliable vehicles. We want to ride the ones that make us people say, damn, yo, who that? Damn, who that? Yo, you see that? So, I mean, it's real different. Also, I think we're chasing outer purpose without true depth, meaning most people go to college because they want to go into a certain career because of something their heart calls to, right? Then they get out of college and they're really focused on the money, because you can't live the life without the money. So now you got to go back to school. You're taking out more loans. You're chasing other things for the money rather than chasing the inner purpose. What is your inner purpose? Is it to help people? Is it to see people have a good time? Is it to create things for the world? Is it to record the world? Is it to record and draw people? Whatever your calling is, you have to speak to that first, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. Money can never hide your soul and your spirit from your brain. You know, like you can't hide your own inner desires from yourself. You can try to bury it, you can try to ignore it, you can even try to push it to the side by giving yourself some type of mental excuse for it. But every time you do that, it'll only bring itself back in another form. So I think the fact that we chase outer purpose without true depth is definitely a true thing. Because when you look at a lot of people, like I say this thing all the time, I say it, right? So if you're a nice person and you're unwilling to say no to other people, you automatically give karma in the universe you agree with the karma of the universe to give you whatever. Because by you not saying no, by you not creating guards with your kindness, you allow all spirits to come and flow through you. And anybody that's smart over time through experience knows you gotta have a guard. You have to have a gate. So, I don't know. Loss of true communication over friendships. This is true. We don't have friends that tell us how bad we are now. We don't have friends that tell us how much we're sucking, how much better we can do. Most of our friends, they appease us. They give us feel-good words, and they give us vapid, shallow agreements and shallow exchanges in order for both of us to walk away feeling like we gained something. But I feel like a true friend is going to stop you in the tracks and let you know how messed up you are, how much more you need to solve yourself. So I don't know. I don't think that our friendships have really gotten better over the years. I think they've all gotten worse, because I can still see older men and women hang out with each other and talk to each other for hours. About this, that, and the other. But us millennials, if we're not doing something together, we don't really want to talk about it. Like, honestly, like, we're really bad at communication. Our communication skills are trash. You know, it's weird. There once used to be a time where if you were the person that told the truth, you were cool. I mean, obviously, we all know that you don't tell too much of the truth, because too much of the truth can be a bad thing for some people's egos. But the person that was honest, and smart was the guy. But now we all want to be Mr. Badass. We all want to be that person that holds all the cards. And I think that's the biggest problem. I touched on it earlier, loss of attention span. The ADD generation ruined it all for us. I still even have it. Even sometimes you hear me talk, I flip back and forth between two subjects, but I have to try to find a place of focus, a focal point, and then always reach out to new different branching off things. That's why I have this paper right in front of me, so I can look at it real quick, because honestly, I'd forget what I was talking about if I wasn't. I'm part of millennial age too, trust me. I ruined my own revolution too. I'm 33 years old. You know, when I was a younger kid when the Twin Towers fell, growing up into that, I thought that we were supposed to be the generation to have it all, take over everything. And in your early 20s, it always feels like that, especially when you start making your own money and you start seeing things happen. But the way that they mismanage our education via not teaching us credit and how real money works and how to budget and how to work for taxes, it just doesn't compute. It doesn't come out right. Like us millennials, you know, we have so much more studying that we have to do that we're afraid to do. You got people out there that are talking about stocks and Bitcoin, but don't study up on what Bitcoin coin mining is, or whatever that's called. I don't study it because I don't do it. Or stocks. I tried stocks for a little bit. I mean, this is not for nothing. I personally said it before. I don't believe in retirement. I also don't know if I believe in stocks anymore, but that's for another story. Again, with the short attention span, the other problem with us millennials is we have very short memories. So we don't have a long memory for things that happen. So a lot of us, I put it like this. During the 2018 crash, I was 21, 22, something like that. But either way, during the 2008 crash, it was mainly because of people buying homes that they couldn't afford because they were given more home than their buying power. And it got a lot of people bought homes. I don't know exactly I know how it worked out, but I'm not really good with I'm good at rundowns rather than individual detail. But overall, pretty much people got homes that they couldn't afford. Now, 12 years later, you had the quarantine, and you have people making more money than they ever made in their lives. And instead of thinking about tomorrow, next year, 5 years, and how this really trickles down, because they don't have much education about finances, they spend all their money on things that they don't need, on lavish vacations, on a new car that's gonna really depreciate the second you pull off the lot, buying your kids crap that they're gonna stop playing with in a month. So I don't know, it's weird. Like I said, because of our short attention spans and our inability to have a long memory, the ability to really look into history and really see what happened, we lose our own revolution. Because let's talk about it. All right, I'm not even playing around. Fiat currency is built off of faith. That means it's a religion. That means your money is a religion, right? People chase the God rather than working the God. You know what I'm saying? If you look at religion, right? People pray and ask and beg for forgiveness. They beg for more. They ask for more, rather than trying to figure out how to capture the spirit and make it work for them, because they have miseducation. I'm not going to get into a debate on whether a religious practice is better than another one, or if it's this or that or this or that. But I do know that if I feel like I need to go look for something outside of me in order to build, if I have to feel complete with myself by having something outside of me do that for me, then I'm living ass backwards. Because even as a baby, babies come complete. They come complete, and then they develop into the new things, like a seed. A seed comes with all the information it needs. So I'm not gonna go any further because I don't want to offend anybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure I already offended all you millennials because you're mad because I said that you ruined your own revolution. But if you heard what I said and you sift through all the little parts, you'd see I'm not lying. The millennials ruined their own revolution. The millennials that have Gen Xers and boomers to really teach them how to structure discipline and live in a specific way in order to watch money accumulate and mature. Those guys, they're few and far between. Most millennials are dumb. Most millennials have absolutely no idea. They have no idea about credit cards and how those really work, or how financing can actually ruin your future. Because, okay, like for instance, you buy a used car. You pay it 200, 300, 400, whatever you're paying for this car, right? You're paying for that monthly. If you look and you calculate it out, usually your interest compounds to about 75, 80%. So if the usual car loan gives about 75 to 80%, that means you're paying nearly double for the car that you could have just saved money for, or tried to save money and get something less and then work your way up, but instead, because the millennials have the now mentality, I need to have it now, I need to win now, and then I can work out later. And they're never planning to work out, and that's what they do. They go get the nice car now because they just graduated now and they got all this money coming in now, rather than taking the first 2, 3, 4 years to mature yourself with a car that's not that crazy. You stay in an apartment or you stay with your parents for a minimal cost, and you just stack your dough. You stack your dough and stack your dough. The other thing is there's a loss of common sense with that tunnel vision. Because we're so focused on wanting to win, we don't focus on what it takes to win. Because you could want a mango all you want to, but until you grow the mango tree and you culture it and you mature it, you'll never really know how to create the mango desired. You know what I'm saying? You'll always be stuck with it's like people who work for other people, but they complain about wanting to get a raise. Whatever. I understand it's unfair wage practices. That's completely fine, but you already knew that when you stepped into the game. The thing is, millennials complain and cry about things that they already knew were like that. You weren't going to change it when you came in, and you accepted it when you started. If you really want to make any change, it's like buying a house, right? They say you make your profit from buying a house at the buy, not the sell. So if that's true to be said, then you make your profit with your future at the beginning, not the end. What you do in the beginning, what you do in the very, very beginning with your car, with your home, what you do with your money, what you do with your time, what you do with your resources, are going to depict your profit in the end. And I 100% believe that, because a lot of these kids, they graduate high school, they get into these jobs where they learn things, where they're working for people, and the people that work under them know better than them. They know better than them. They have better customer service skills than them. And all that person really has is a book. They have a book and a certification saying that they know how to do the job. But I mean, if you really look at it, how much more intelligent could you possibly be just because you make more money than me? You know what I'm saying? The only difference is opportunity and timing. If you have the proper opportunity in the right time, you're gonna win. But besides that, my last but not least is no knowledge of wealth building. All right, I'm gonna annoy somebody when I say I don't think real estate is wealth building. I mean, I think it is wealth building in terms of like long-term passive income, but it's not designed to churn a crazy profit. You know what I'm saying? It turns a specific profit. And whatever profit you do have, if you own the home, you got to save the money to put it back into the house. Now, I know you say you got financing and credit, but it's like, who pays back the credit? The rent. Not the renter, but the rent being paid, right? Because you're not going to put your own money into the house if you get paid back for it. You're going to save the residual income, right? That's like the only logical choice that I can think of, because it's like, who else is going to pay for the home? Because any type of loan or credit, you got to pay it back unless it's forgivable. And what's forgivable really mean? Or people who lack the desire to start side hustles and businesses. Do you realize that if you could just bring in an extra $500 a month, you could change things? like an extra $500 a month. That's an extra $6,000 every year. You can change things. You can change things slowly, but you can change it. Yeah, that's all I got for this why millennials run their own revolution. It's been a little minute since I put some videos together, so I'm a little rusty on this whole talking my ideas on camera bit. But you see my black minion? You see my black minion right there? That's my buddy right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any comments, just leave me a comment down there. Hopefully I can get some more videos with this new setup. I mean, I like the wall behind me, but I just bought this desk off the Facebook Market for $30. And I got this leather-bound black chair. Sorry, it's my sweater. But I got this leather-bound black chair for $30 as well. I bought some leather polish, polished it up, and instant production value. No, once again, thank you very much. Please be safe.
Ain't no sentiments for poor dads and simpletons. You friends with them, you unlike them, you stupid. You stupid. All of this got a lot of chains and whips. Yeah. Slave to the trends, but you still a piece of shit.